Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another show of Living Well. Let me start off by saying today, Happy Valentine's Day. I hope everyone is receiving and giving the love that you deserve. I hope this week has been a very eventful week, fulfilling week, and that you have been out living well. This week for me has been a awesome week. Although I've had my ups and downs, it still ended up being a awesome week. So today's show is going to be about CES therapy. And so what it's going to be kind of about is more on education. So I'm going to provide some education on this new therapy that I am offering at Complete Dimensions and providing to my patients. And so I figured that I would share it just to educate people about it and just let people know what other treatment options are possibly available to them that are suffering from depression, insomnia, chronic pain, and also anxiety. All common things that a lot of people are suffering from and or even suffering from as a combination. You might be having chronic pain, depression, and anxiety, which also leads to trouble sleeping. So all of these things tie in together. And so that is one reason why I was like, let me see what it's all about with this CES therapy, and get on board as a provider and get this out to my patients. So if you haven't had a chance to watch earlier this week, I posted a video that me and one of my friends conducted actually using the Alpha Stem machine. It was the first day that I actually got the machine. So she was the first person to actually try it. Before I had used the machine with some clients, but it was a loaner machine. So it actually wasn't my own personal one. So now I actually have my own machine for the utilization of my practice. And so go ahead, check out that video so you could see exactly how, the treatment goes, and just take a look at what she had to say about how she felt afterwards. It was amazing that after her first treatment, she actually had some results. And so that's what's so unique about it. So let me start off by just talking about what CES is. So CES stands for cranial electrostimulation. And so what it is basically this machine stimulates your central nervous system and kind of energizes it and wakes it up by sending a frequency up to your brain to say, hey, okay, cells, you can now let those natural hormones that's all surfing around outside, you can now let them in the cell. So it's basically allowing the brain to communicate more effectively. And that's usually what is happening when we're suffering from depression, pain, anxiety, is that our nervous system, starting from the brain, is not communicating properly. Most people don't know that pain actually don't start from the actual area of injury. It actually starts from your brain. Your brain is the one that is communicating to tell the area that it is hurt. So when you're taking pain medication, the pain medication isn't removing the actual injury or healing or doing anything to that injury. What that medication is doing is sedating your brain to think that now it's not hurt anymore, and to relax. So that's why over time, when you are taking pain medications for a injury or pain, that you start to build a tolerance, and you find like, oh, you might have to take more and more of it because it's no longer causing or speaking to your brain to say, hey, it's not hurting anymore. So you end up having to take more. Some people are now taking it as not as directed by their physician, and then that just leads to additional problems, where it may lead to an addiction and things of that nature. So with the alpha stem, this machine basically talks to your brain, like resets. It's almost like a reset and restore type of therapy. And so the effect that you're wanting to get from it is a clearer thought and energized feeling, which what I can say from the people that have used the machine, this has been the result and the outcome. It is still very premature in my usage as a provider, but just in the short period of time that I have been providing this service and utilizing it, I can say that I am satisfied. For one, I know that it's safe. There's no long-term effect from it. Also, I don't have to worry about my patient getting any type of addiction or tolerance to the usage of it. So all these things are a check mark for me, because the main thing is that it's a safe usage. It is this little small machine here. See, very tiny. You can keep it in your pocket. And what you do is you actually take this machine and you would place it around the neck. And I'm just going to untangle the cords. But it will be placed around the neck during the therapy session. And these little probes will then be placed at the tip of your ears, almost like you would be listening to an earphone. So, and then the machine would just be like around your neck, and we would place it to the tip of the ears. So you might think, well, why the ears? Why aren't you placing it to the finger? Or, why aren't you placing it to the toe? So let me just show you how wonderful the ear is. So here you could see all these tiny nerve endings that the ear possess, and here is where it leads to the brain. Wonderful. Right behind here is the brain stem. So that is why this machine is placed to the ear. And then if you could see here, this diagram here shows you all of where those nerves run. These are all of the body functions that it controls. You got the heart here. You have your face and eye here. So the ear has a central spot where it can basically conduct the functions of the body. So the beauty of with this machine is that if someone or if my patient is having some of these issues, basically I could take this probe and go directly to those points, almost like acupuncture. So go to those points in those areas and provide the stimulation there, and it would speak to the brain. So that leads to how this machine works for pain. So these are the tools that are used for the pain aspect, where it goes directly to the pain area where the pain is, and you would do it on multiple areas, and then you do it bilaterally using these two probes here. I have not yet conducted any treatments with pain. I do have a couple of treatments lined up, and excited to say that one of them has agreed to do a video. So that will be available for share, to let people see exactly how this machine can help with chronic pain. So far, I've been using this machine with people that have depression, anxiety, and issues with sleep. So I have also used the machine myself, because I'm one of these people, if it is something natural, then why not? Let me try it. Let me see how this thing would work for my clients. So, I mean, and I'm human as well. So I have high stress days. I have days where my stress level can be higher than others. And I tend to carry my stress here in my upper shoulders. So I tested the machine out, and I just did a brief 20-minute session. And what I can say is that after me doing the 20-minute session, that I wanted to use the machine again. I definitely, after the 20-minute session that night, I had a very good night of sleep. Like, I could say that I went into REM sleep, which told me that I don't hit REM sleep regularly. I had a great night's sleep, and I also woke up the next day like an hour earlier than I would normally wake up, and I felt like refreshed, and I felt energized to just do whatever. Um, the video that my friend did, that was one of the things that she said that, and I would say that prior to us doing it, she had basically been stressed with a lot of things just compounded. So she definitely felt like after using the machine, it lifted that. Like, she had an openness, she had a clearness, like she was just ready to just go do whatever now. She felt so much better, more positive outlook. And so that's the goal. That is the goal of what you want to have, especially if you've been suffering from depression, anxiety, and insomnia. So my husband has also used the machine, and he was like, oh my goodness, like that was the best sleep I had in a while. So what I can say at this point is that if you are a person that have trouble sleeping, then this alpha stem might be something worth trying for you, or something that you might want to look into implementing for yourself, because sleep is one of the best ways to restore and repair your body. What I have also known with what I've also saw with people when using this treatment is that during the session, they tend to drift off to sleep during the session. So maybe they're extra tired or their body needs to shut down in order to repair. So this is something that happens during the treatment that you may just go to sleep. And so not in a good way, but not in a bad way, but in a good way, they all say, oh my, I must have needed to rest. I must have needed the rest, with what we all have going on in our lives, just constantly moving and moving and moving and going from here to there, with COVID, with the kids and just everything in your day-to-day life. You don't realize that you may not be getting the proper rest that you need to get to actually repair your body. So that is the things that I have noticed with myself, either using the CES therapy or with other people's response from using the CES therapy. I do think that this treatment is very promising for everyone, even children. I think that this would be something that I will definitely be utilizing with children that have ADHD, and also looking to try with children that have autism. There are studies that are listed that I have reviewed with using the alpha stem with those candidates. So I'm interested in trying it with some of my current patients. So the alpha stem is FDA approved. It's FDA approved for usage for anxiety, depression, and insomnia and chronic pain. But it has so many other studies where it could be utilized for. And so that is what also intrigued me, because I also assist I'm a MAT provider, so I assist with substance abuse treatment. Also, it has studies with helping people with stopping smoking. So because it actually is placed to the ear, and as I showed you before, the ear has a lot of all of the body's functions conducted by the ear. It almost mimics kind of like acupuncture. So acupuncture is, a Asian method of holistic therapy. And so this machine almost mimics that, but on a different level with electrical frequency. And so that's why these probes actually can be used in those spots on the ear to target those areas. So like I said, I am offering this therapy at my office in my practice. It is not covered by insurance to get the machine. I know that veterans have that option. I think the VA will pay for it for veterans, but Medicare and Medicaid are not covering it, but they will pay for it as a therapy. So that is a way that I can provide access to my clients, is through insurance. Also, I am offering the service as a self-pay as well. Each session is a $85 session. I plan to, in the future, offer this machine as a like a rent to own type of thing. So you could purchase it as like a rental program and just rent to own it. So definitely providing new access and treatment to common issues that people suffer from every day. With all the studies that's out using the alpha stem, basically it shows high results with using the machine alone without even using medications. So that's what was so astounding to me. Also, it can be used in conjunction with medication, but what has been found is that over time, you have to decrease the medications or come all the way off the medications. So that's just right there in itself awesome to have a non-pharmacological treatment option where you don't necessarily have to be on a medication that can possibly have a side effect that could hinder you from doing your normal day-to-day activities. Because as you know, with pain medications and anxiety medications, a lot of times those medications cause sedation. And so with the sedation, that starts to limit you from being able to do normal things or even certain job activities. So this was one reason why this machine was used in the military, because they couldn't stand to have one of their high rank officials not be on duty because they were sedated on a medication or utilizing a certain medication. So with them using this alleviated that, and that person could still participate in their active duty. So definitely this is something you want to inquire about if you are suffering from depression, insomnia, or anxiety. This particular alpha stem machine is only provided by prescription. So you have to have a provider provide you with a prescription in order to get access to the machine. I am a distributor of the machine. So if this is something you are interested in, definitely contact me. We could possibly set up a consultation and see how this machine will work for you. Um, so if you were interested in just purchasing the machine itself, I will definitely be showcasing more and more information as I continue to utilize the machine with different with different people in my practice, um, and who are, willing and open to share their experience on using it. I will use it myself. Like I said, I've already used it twice, and definitely I could see the benefit of getting a great night's sleep. So just that alone to me is, worth $1 million, especially if you're the kind of person that mind races continually. This will definitely bring you to a total relaxation point. As I share, most of the people that have used the machine, they have fallen asleep during the therapy. I have had some other patients that, they just kind of read a book. But I will say that I do create a atmosphere of relaxation. Generally, I'm playing, have the birds chirping with the waterfall, or they have the ocean going in the back, or the rainwater going. If they like, I provide the eye covers as well. So they have a total relaxed environment when they are taking part in the therapy. A lot of patients have said that after the treatment, they felt like they've received a full body massage. So I can say as well, when I used it, the tension from my top shoulder area was definitely released. Um, so I'm excited to use this and try it with chronic pain, since that is another area that I like to focus and help people with. So, like I said, I have some candidates now that have been willing to participate with taking part in that. So, I will be sharing that information as well. So, if you are interested in the CES treatment, or you know someone that can benefit from the treatment, and you are in Florida or the Jacksonville area, definitely reach out to Complete Dimensions Behavioral Health. Give us a call, and we can get you scheduled for a treatment and have you back on track, refreshed, restored, and living well. So I hope the information that I provided to you today was educational, informative, and of value to you. Anything that I bring, it is something that I would hope that it would be something that you could utilize, or you can help someone else utilize it to promote a better outcome and a better wellness overall. So, thank you again for tuning in to Living Well. Don't forget to go out and purchase your Color of Wellness magazine. We will be featuring in not this issue, but the next issue. Will be featuring the CES therapy machine in the magazine. This month's magazine is all on love, because it is the month of February. It is Black History Month. And so we are definitely promoting the love of self, the love of culture, the love of mental health, the love of being a woman. So all of that is embodied in this month's issue. I am the featured cover, so it is lit because, hey, I'm Lady Fire Jones. But all in all, I would say the magazine is just awesome and beautiful, from all of the executive contributors. We are definitely out here coming to provide you with education on wellness and health, because we want to see our communities in a better state. So you can get that magazine at my website, www.cd360shop.com, is where you can purchase your individual magazine. If you want to purchase the subscription, you can always go to colorofwellness.co. Or also, you can check out on my Facebook page. I generally post it every day, the link for the subscription. So get your subscription, share it, get it out there. We are wanting to educate our communities on health and wellness, because we want to see everyone living well. So that concludes the episode today on Living Well. Tune in next week for another episode. Don't quite know yet what we're going to be discussing, but again, it will be something that will be edifying to your life to help you live well. So, good night, everyone, and thank you again for tuning in.